Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. The Pakistan Cricket Board of Governors held a meeting in Lahore at the PCB headquarters and finally came to a decision where the new chairman Pakistan Cricket Board has been elected. Sayyid Mohsin Raza Naqvi has been elected as the new chairman of the Pakistan Cricket Board for a period of 3 years, a tenure which spans across 3 years. And of course, at current, he is serving as the interim chief minister, as a caretaker chief minister of the province of Punjab. And obviously, immediately, he has taken charge of the Pakistan Cricket Board as tomorrow, after the general elections, these duties would now subside and full focus of Mr. Mohsin Naqvi would be on the process of revamping and reforming the Pakistan Cricket Board, because we've mentioned it throughout the week that there is an administrative crisis at Pakistan Cricket Board. And now hopefully the dust will settle down, the fog will clear, and we will be heading into a direction of progress and prosperity for Pakistan Cricket Board. Immediately, two statements that were coming out of the Pakistan Cricket Board and the newly elected chairman was that meritocracy will prevail, there will be no nepotism, and the second was that foreign coaches would be consulted and brought into the Pakistan Cricket Board system if needed upon requirement. So, you know, this clears a lot of things for a lot of people, I think. So, we will be talking about this in detail. Then, of course, we move on to the ICC Under-19 World Cup, where the first semi-final is underway between South Africa and India. South Africa batting first have set a target of 245 runs for the Indian Under-19 team, and India's chase is underway. They've just lost their first wicket on 3 runs in the very first over. So it's going to be a very calculated chase, but obviously the strength, especially the mental strength we talk about that the Indians have, it looks like that they're in line to chase this target down unless South Africa produce something brilliant, because the surface is really giving a lot of help to the bowlers as well. So we'll talk about that, but you know, Thursday, Pakistan Under-19 team take on Australian Under-19 in the second semi-final, and it's going to be very interesting because the boys have had a great campaign. We just had a scare against Bangladesh. I want to get away with it now because I want the team to understand that if they're batting first, no less than 250 or 70 runs. So that should be the target in mind, and if they're obviously bowling first, then they're very comfortable. So we'll talk about that in detail as well. Then of course we move on and we discuss more things happening. The Pakistan Super League tickets are on sale now. You can grab your tickets for the edition of 2024, and there is also hype of the anthem as well. That is also coming out. Mr. Ali Zafar and Aima Beg are going to be producing this anthem for the season of 2024. So we'll talk about that in detail as well. Time now to introduce the guests. First of all, in studios we've been joined by cricket commentator, international broadcaster and presenter K. Asif Ahmed, and also our sports expert as well. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well, thank you.
Great to have you. We've also been joined by cricket commentator and senior cricket expert Kashif Shabir. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, all well, thank you very much.
Great to have you as well. K. Asif, finally, as we kept on mentioning throughout the week, the dust has settled and the Board of Governors have been able to elect a new chairman, which is Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, and a period of 3 years is a tenure. How do you see these developments?
That was the prediction from the all cricket gurus, and everyone was predicting about his name because he was a strong candidate for the chairman Pakistan Cricket Board. I think that when you go and settle down the things and you are given him responsibilities for 3 years, next 3 years, lots of responsibilities on his shoulders now, and Wahab Riaz is there, and the CEO Salman Nasir. He met, and in your intro you have said a couple of things about him, that he has announced clearly that no more inverted commas perchi culture. I mean, this is really good. This is really good if someone is the chairman is giving this much strong statement on his first day. And the second thing, as you said, that yes, if there is any requirement, need, we will bring the foreigner coaches. Foreigner coaches were working before as well. I think we should work on the domestic structure. For me, the roots are the domestic structure, school and club. The club cricket is not happening from last 3-4 years properly. You should take answer from the Junaid Ziad, what's going on. You should ask the question to the Nadeem Khan, who is the head of the NCA, National, or you could call it National High Performance Center, that what's going on, why we're not producing good spinners, where are the off spinners. So, you know, lots of works to be done. And if you see his career track record, being an administrator, being a manager, I think that yesterday we were discussing about his profile, resume. He is CEO of a huge media group, and then of course he remained acting Chief Minister as well. So the experience is there, but now this is totally a new subject, cricket. You would definitely talk with the senior players, the legends like Javed Miandad, Zaheer Abbas, call them in Pakistan Cricket Board, call them and take some suggestions from them. I think that would be really important when you are taking on board to these kind of senior players. Rest, I think that now it's a marathon of 3 years, so give him some time and you will see the results.
Absolutely. I think one thing is clear across the board, that Mr. Mohsin Naqvi is a fantastic administrator, and we've seen it in the past, in the recent tenure and in the past time that we've seen as well, that the province of Punjab has truly seen that era of development and prosperity. And I'm very hopeful because he carries an administrative experience that I think will usher in a new era of progress, development and prosperity for Pakistan Cricket Board. Infrastructure development, women's cricket, youth cricket, reforming the domestic circuit as well. Regions need some tweaking as well. The entire process of selection of youth cricketers, be it trials from under 13, 16, 19, then we move, all the way to how the Pakistan Cricket Board handles the media fraternity as well, the players themselves, the team combinations. I think all these are the real challenges that are truly going to be taken head on by Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, because he is an individual who likes challenges, and like I said, that we're going to see an era of progress and prosperity at the PCB, inshallah, in the next 3 years that we see him as the chairman PCB in this tenure. Kashif, how do you see this development? And like I keep on seeing, it comes at a very important juncture because it is a World Cup year, and we're glad that clouds of uncertainty will clear now.
Ahmed, you are right on the spot because he is a great administrator. There is no doubt about it. Let me tell you that Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, he took charge on 22nd January 2023. And till date, he has initiated almost 26 new projects for the Punjab province. This shows what kind of a resilient nature this person has. And secondly, when you talk about PCB, we want a person who can turn around the organization, because PCB is in a very bad shape right at the moment. So we wanted to have a person like him because he is a very good administrator, one. Secondly, he knows how to, revamp any organization, and this is exactly what he's going to do in PCB. Now we have to see what actually is the problem of PCB. We have to go to the crux of the problem. The real problem is the organization, the management, one. Secondly, the consistency. Consistency is very important in PCB. Now, if the tenure of Mr. Mohsin Naqvi is for 3 years, he has to stay in PCB for 3 years. He has to define his goal. What is the ultimate goal he is looking for? Whether he wants to revamp the team, and what is going to be the procedure. Secondly, the important thing is that the players are not above the management. Management has to be on the top. All the dictation, all the rules, all the game plan should come from the management, and then the players, they have to follow the management. This is very important. We cannot take dictation from the player. This is absolutely clear, because wherever the players, they come above the management, everything goes wrong, and this is exactly what has happened in Pakistan. So this is very important. Secondly, he said that the new coaches, the international coaches, will be inducted in PCB. This is very important because we need to understand what is the modern requirement of the cricketers. I'm sure K. Asif would be laughing on this, because we have always had the discussion that what is the modern day cricket. We need to understand what the modern day cricket is, and the international coaches, they're going to come and they're going to tell the Pakistani players how they need to play the modern cricket. Secondly, under 19 domestic circuit is very important, because this is the nursery. This is from where we get the new players. We have seen how these under 19 players, they are performing in the World Cup, and we need to take it along. This is how the game should be planned for these under 19. So if we can have coaches, these international coaches in the under 19 section, I think that is where the problem of Pakistan is, because they are playing with the international, the new future, the future stars they are playing with. So we need to develop the skills in the under 19 sector. So I think all these game plans should be well organized, well managed by the new PCB, and if it is done, I'm sure Pakistan has a very good future.
Well, certainly. Asif, for anyone who knows Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, or who has shared an office space with him, or knows his administrative skills, like I said, that there are challenges ahead in the Pakistan Cricket Board. Let's be honest, it is no easy job. Currently, what has been happening in the past 1 or 2 years have wreaked more havoc in the PCB than ever before, because 2 World Cup years and a huge list of problems have emerged. Also, like I said, that the team environment, the managerial staff, the coaching staff, everything now needs to be defined and looked at. But like I said, to his credit, Mr. Mohsin Naqvi likes to take challenges head on.
Well, I think that instead of giving press conferences or delivering speeches or tweeting or Instagram, I think let your work speak. And if you are working rightly on the target, and as Kashif bhai was discussing, that how big challenges these are. Yes, he likes and he loves to take challenges, but the problem is now this is the international cricket and the communication with the international, the rest of the world, and then you have the big challenge of your neighbors country, India, that how you're going to convince them to visit Pakistan and you go there, because we always talk about that India, they did not come to Asia Cup, and we had a hybrid model for the first time in the Asian cricket, and then now once again Pakistan will host the Champions Trophy. Now there's the big challenge for Mohsin Naqvi, that how he's going to convince the BCCI to come and play in Pakistan. Rest, I think that when you talk about Mohsin Naqvi as a personality, yes, Kashif bhai was discussing about his qualities, abilities, the way he was working as an acting chief minister. But as I said earlier, that this is quite different job now. Pakistan Cricket Board would have to face the school cricket, the problems of the school cricket, and then we have women cricket, then domestic, under 19, lots of stuff to do. And then Pakistan Super League on the top notch, of course. So now one thing which I really want to see, that what he'll do regarding domestic circuit, because you will get your cream talent from the domestic cricket, not from Pakistan Super League.
Well, that is interesting, because I think a lot of people know about these challenges, and I think even Mr. Mohsin Naqvi does not have a blind eye to it. He's, I think, during his time, and obviously Wahab Riaz was the sports minister as well, so they understand certain problems that have been there, and anyone growing up in Pakistan, I think, understands that there are certain issues with the system that need to be tweaked as well. Because Kashif, the big thing is that it's a trickle-down effect. If there is consistency at the top chairman level, it comes down to the team management. Then it comes down to the Pakistan cricket team. It transcends into all the regions and everything that is happening. And probably that is the way forward for the PCB at this critical juncture.
Yes, exactly, Ahmed. That is why I said that the main point is consistency. If the tenure of PCB chairman is for 3 years, then he should spend 3 years as the chairman. Secondly, he need to define his goals. What are the goals? What is the ultimate target he's looking for? What is the way forward? This is what is very important. Secondly, if you come down to the basic problems of Pakistan, is number one, the domestic system. What is the problem in domestic system? The problem is we don't have quality pitches, number one. Secondly, we don't have quality coaches. Then we don't have consistency. We don't have the merit prevailing in the domestic system, which is very important. So all these things need to be considered. Then I think Mohsin Naqvi should have a think tank around him, and that think tank is very important. They should tell him what exactly is the problem, because he's not a cricketer. Mohsin Naqvi is a very good administrator, but he's not a cricketer. He need to have some good think tanks, some good brains around him, who should tell him what is the problem and what is the way forward. For example, first and foremost is the pitches. The pitches are not good enough. They are not quality standard pitches. Remember, we heard that there are going to be drop-in pitches coming in Pakistan, but they never came in Pakistan. So we need to improve the quality of pitches, one. Secondly, as I said earlier, the coaches, how we train those domestic people, how we train the domestic cricketers. Secondly, the international cricketers, it should be compulsory for them to play the domestic circuit. One, the importance of this is, number one, that they will play more domestic cricket. Secondly, the players who are playing with them, they're going to be trained as well. So it is very important for them. Secondly, when you come to the international cricket, they need to have they need to have a proper definition of what the cricket is. There are three different categories of cricket: test matches, one days, and T20. We need to have different teams, different coaches for all these for all these three categories. Then what is the lacking of Pakistan? As Asif mentioned, the main lacking of Pakistan is the quality spinners. We don't have quality spinners. How are we going to find those quality spinners? So all these things need to be catered for, and this can only be done if you have a consistent and a long-term plan for PCB.
Well, I think 3 years, the tenure speaks for itself. If that complete run is there, then obviously, like I said, that there are a lot of challenges. And one particular, which is very close to me at least, or which is something that I've been stressing upon, and I think that is the most needed sector right now, Asif, is infrastructure development in Pakistan. Because, we still have the same stadiums we had 10 years ago, and we already have existing infrastructures that can be renovated, revamped. Some right now are in ruins and, give an appearance of being hundreds of years old, although that's not the case. But this is very, very important, because obviously once you develop these facilities in all areas, that is how we can, attract more cricketers to Pakistan cricket.
Well, of course, Kashif Bhai is international cricket commentator. It is commentary on in radio and other platforms as well. Ask him that what was happening when England was playing here in Pakistan. What was happening when New Zealand was playing here in Pakistan. The rest of the world was making fun of Pakistan cricket, the pitches. And see why it's happening, just because in domestic circuit we're not making good pitches. Yes, you can see the last year record in Aptabad, the record was different, and the batters were struggling. In Gaddafi Stadium, batters were ruling, and same in Rawalpindi and the other venues. So this is the problem, why we're not bringing in the drop in pitches was the idea from the former or the previous chairman of cricket board. But I think if you work on these kind of surfaces, you go to Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium, ask to the curator that why you're not making good pitches, then you will get an answer which newly elected chairman said that no more Perchi. Even that the curators, they're getting some instructions directly from the players. Do this and don't do this. I think when you're not brave enough and you're not taking to go for new challenges, so you cannot bring the quality cricketers. So bringing or making new pitches, friendly pitches for both for the batters and for the bowlers. Why we're not observing new talent in bowling? Why we're struggling in that? Haris Rauf, he doesn't play first class cricket. Shaheen Shah Afridi hardly he comes to any sort of domestic cricket. And let's talk about the rest of the bowlers as well. So when you're not giving respect to your domestic cricket, that you cannot take quality cricketers. Why we're talking about Sarfraz Khan from India, that he had played 45 first class matches. Mushir Khan, he's playing in under 19 and he's the brother of Sarfraz Khan. He also played 3 first class matches in just 18 years of age. So I think that the rest of the world, they just concentrate on their domestic cricket, and that's why they're producing good results, and Pakistan is struggling.
Well, certainly, and to talk more on the subject, we've been joined by senior sports journalist Syed Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum salam, Ahmad. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well, sir. How do you see this current development now at the PCB? Mr. Mohsin Naqvi has been elected as the new chairman for a period of 3 years. Like I said, that uncertainty is now something that should not be talked about, because finally the clouds are over and we can see a tenure that is of progress, prosperity and development. And considering obviously the reputation that Mohsin Naqvi carries as an excellent administrator, how do you see the challenges ahead?
It's very nice. I think it's a good move for the Pakistan cricket. I'm not surprised that Mohsin Naqvi became the chairman of the PCB, because it was already designed and assigned. But interesting and surprising thing is that a matter which has been delayed for 1 year, immediately in 1 to 3 days, it has been solved. This is surprising for me. And the last day before the caretaker government, it has been taken. I think I'm not against Mohsin Naqvi. He's a good administrator, good organizer. He has done well in Punjab in the last 1 year. But I think It should be done after the democratic government, which will be formed in next 1 week or 2 weeks. Then this decision could be appreciated from the all other people they are concerned about the cricket. Now, Mr. Mohsen Naqvi, he is not a cricketer. As Kashif said that he is not a cricketer. He has no experience in cricket. It means that he needs someone who will guide him to run the cricket in Pakistan. In international cricket, we have nothing to do. We are just following ICC. We can ask to change something, but we cannot make anything new in the international cricket. But the important thing is that in domestic cricket, what we are doing, the last regime of the PCB, they are not done well. They have done, I think, wrongly everything. And domestic cricket, we have got some tournaments, but in the wrong way. Mohsen Naqvi is, if he's serious.
I mean, all of this has been there. Like I said, that right now what I see the problems with PCB, probably 5 years ago we would be talking about the same things. What bothers me the most is that every time it is an ICC tournament, Pakistan Cricket Board is overshadowed by these problems. Now, what are the certain challenges? And I would like you to highlight them according to priority. What should be the first case, the second? Because like I mentioned, that for me personally, infrastructure development is necessary. If we do not move on to that in the next 3 years, then Pakistan cricket would be in serious crisis.
Absolutely, absolutely. Pakistan cricket will be in crisis if you will not take the action at this moment. Because, in my opinion, domestic cricket is already finished. We are not getting really good domestic cricket at this moment. We are getting some leagues, franchise leagues, PSL, something. This is not cricket. This is just an entertainment and money making. But you need someone good cricket. If you want to get some good cricketers, then you have to establish really 4 days cricket and to arrange the tournaments on regular basis. And then you have to provide good grounds. What is the condition of our grounds? Only 4 or 5 grounds in a country where the 24 million people they are living here, and a lot of people they are playing cricket. They want to play cricket, but they don't have the facilities. They don't have the opportunities to play good cricket. They have only the opportunities to go into the leagues. And now this era, what I'm seeing in this current situation, that everybody is concerning and focusing only to get a league team, PS or SPL or something, and get some money and finish. This is not a cricket. I think Mohsen Naqvi should go with some good vision. He has showed his vision in other departments, but now the cricket is department. He will be, I think, full-time chairman of the PCB. He will not get any position in the coming government. So he will be free to get to do everything for cricket. He should do something for domestic cricket. It is very necessary. Otherwise, you are destroying your cricket talent. And after 3-4 years, if when Babar and Rizwan, they will be retired, then you don't have any backup. I'm not seeing any backup of the Babar Azam in next 3-4 years. This is a dilemma of the Pakistan cricket.
Absolutely, and I think very pertinently put by Sir Haider, that the fact is that you need to plan ahead. It's not just about 1 or 2 years or this particular tournament or a tournament next year. It's about what kind of system can you place that is consistent for the next 5 to 10 years, because results don't come overnight. You need a complete process for that as well. And we all agree on that. But nonetheless, I think our best wishes to Mr. Mohsen Naqvi. And like I said, that we all pray that an era of prosperity returns to the Pakistan Cricket Board, administrative affairs as well, and also the cricketing side as well. It is very important that whatever happens is there consistently and the best happens for Pakistan cricket. All of us are very hopeful, and whenever we give criticism, it is only for the sake of constructive criticism as well. Let's be clear about that. That being said, now we move on to the ICC Under-19 World Cup, where the first semi-final is underway between South Africa Under-19 and India Under-19. South Africa Under-19 team scored 244 for 7 in their 50 overs, and India is in a lot of trouble at the moment. They're 19 for 2, and of course it's not going to be easy chasing this target down. Another wicket has fallen off a short ball. So like I said, that the pitch has some relative bounce in it as well. And obviously on Thursday, we know Pakistan Under-19 team faces Australia Under-19 team in the next semi-final. Kashif bhai, how would you see this development? First of all, like I said, 244 for me on the board, 245 the target. Seems to be a pretty decent total on a wicket that is, giving support to the fast bowlers.
Yes, it is a decent total. Secondly, they are playing semi-final, so batting first is always an advantage for the players. Secondly, South Africa, this is their home ground. They exactly know what kind of pitches they are, what kind of assistance they can give to the bowlers, and exactly this is what they are doing. But we cannot discard the Indian team because we know they are a very strong team. They have a very strong batting lineup. So it is still a very long way to go for India. And I'm sure India is going to come back very strongly. But at the moment, I think South Africa is on top and they have the upper hand on India.
Asif, like I said, that if you look at their dynamics or the system in place, Indians cricketing wise are very mentally strong. So whatever target is there, even if they lose a couple of wickets, they're always in the game as far as chasing is concerned.
Yeah, of course, you know that we had discussed so many times that Rahul Dravid was working with them earlier on from last couple of years, and then you know, players like Rahul Dravid, when they're in the they're coming up with new approaches and just telling them the technique that how to defend 50 overs game. It's all about your nerves, strong nerves, and the short selection as well. As Kashif Bhai was saying that 244 is a good target. Yes, 244 is a good target when we talk about that you're chasing in South Africa, and it was good decision from the South African skipper as well. Couple of 50s from the South African players, Pretorius 76, and good bowling from Indians. That Raj, he has taken 3 wickets. From now on, they required small partnerships, you know, 50, 60, couple of good partnerships, then India will be back. But good thing is they've taken, South Africa has taken a wicket of Mushir Khan, who scored 2 centuries against
form,
New Zealand and Ireland. So that was a crucial wicket for India. But still, yes, South Africa is 70% and India 30%.
And just to add, Asif, even though they've lost 2 wickets, they're still going after the boundaries. They've immediately hit a 6 as well. So that means, you know, that mindset is still the same, that we're not going to let the opposition bog us down.
Well, it's a good thing that if you're getting a loose delivery, just take a boundary or maximum and then try to rotate the strike. This is a very common thing in cricket. And yes, don't tell your bowlers, don't give any space to your bowlers that, yes, we have lost a couple of wickets, we're not under pressure. So I think it's the best thing. And then you know that why I was saying that when Rahul Dravid was working there, he was just working on the technique. The under 19 level where you could work on the batter's technique. And what we do, especially in Pakistan, when a player comes and he used to take debut in the national side, then we talk about his technical problems like Fakhar Zaman, like Asif Ali, like even more couple of players that even Azam Khan, that
Young players like
young
Iftikhar
players.
Ahmed.
Why don't we work with these kind of players in our high performance center? So this is the difference between India and Pakistan, that the Indian, they have put a lot of efforts in the high performance center and they brought good cricketers. As I was discussing about Mushir, as in Pakistan, Shahzeb is a very good player. So still I think now South Africa is ahead 70-30 because chasing is not easy, to be very honest for me.
Absolutely. Sir Haider, it's been a fantastic tournament for the hosts themselves, South Africa. And they've got a pretty good, decent side that is now eyeing a final. And obviously, once you bat first and you've put, you know, 244 on the board, India's already 2 down. It's going to be a pretty interesting competition of whoever goes to the final.
Exactly. South Africa, they have a very good history of the good cricketers, and they have produced always. And it would be a very interesting this semi-final. And I think India will make it, because India, they have good experience, and they were working on this tournament since long, and they have achieved something exactly. But what would be the part for the Pakistan? Pakistan will meet the next semi-final, and what Pakistan can do, because in the last 2 matches, Pakistan won the matches, but not convincingly. That is a question always. If in clinch matches, if Pakistan batting or bowling, if they are not providing 100% result, then it means that you are not able to do the final. Ubaid Shah, thankful, he's bowled very well in the last match, and Pakistan got the semi-final space. Otherwise, Pakistan batting was failed. There is something in the Pakistan batting in the opening slot. I think opening slot Shahzeb Khan is very good. He is fit there, but the other opener, I think that he should be replaced, and someone should go for the opening, because against the weaker sides he has scored, the other opener, but against the strong side he was not in good form. So it was really a good tournament for the young cricketers. Definitely they have followed it and they have watched the cricketers, and they have the opportunity to get a place in the permanent national teams. And I hope we'll discover also some talent from this under-19 team.
Well, Sahinder, I've always talked about that we've got so much talent in this under-19 circle. And we've seen it over the years as well. Pakistan has produced a lot of superstars, but most of them have just faded away and have never been seen again. So what is that process that needs to be talked about, that transition of an under-19 cricketer to the national mainstream?
Yeah, a lot of players, they have been disappeared. They were good in the under-19 team, but today they are not available anywhere. And I think it's a lack of our consistency in domestic cricket. Domestic cricket is always a nursery for each type of cricket. Every type of cricket, domestic system is should be very strong. You can see in India or Australia or England, the players have been produced from the domestic side. But we are seeking our players from the foreign leagues, Caribbean League or Bangladesh League or someone. And our media, they are making hype, the players who are getting their score in Bangladesh or Caribbean or anywhere. And they are making the stars then. They had to make stars in domestic cricket. Yeah. Like you can see in India, they have focused on the Indian matches, Indian domestic cricket, and they have made the stars from the Indian domestic cricket. Now we can see Jaiswal or Rinku Singh or other players. They have come from the youth cricket, from under-19 cricket, and today they are doing the performance. So Pakistan should make something in domestic cricket. Otherwise, I have spoken always for the domestic cricket. I have never spoken about the international cricket, but domestic cricket is very important for each type, any format, to make the players. Otherwise, you cannot get it.
Absolutely. I think that shortcut or the fast track process is something that might give you heroes, but that is not a consistent process. So you grind them first on your domestic level, 4-day cricket, 1-day cricket, wherever you can select a person for a particular format and then expose them to the level of international cricket. But because what happens is you select a under-19 superstar, bring him into the international circuit, he has one good series, and then immediately once the struggle starts, because what sides do then, yes, they start digitally mapping you. They've got analysts as well, video analysis comes into play, and they mark you as a batter or as a bowler to highlight your weak points, and then you're done. So I think that's why the grind is needed in domestic circuit. But K. Asif, Kashif and Syed Haider, thank you very much for joining us. That wraps up Sports Extra. From me and the entire team, it's goodbye for now.